Proper jokes can enhance interpersonal relationships, but sometimes the joke goes too far, could get you killed. Freshman Paul comes on summer break, going to play with female classmate May. The two were good friends in high school. Under May's hint, Paul immediately ran to the second-hand depot, bought an 8-handed Alto. Departure for New Jersey Axis. Halfway, mother calls Paul, informed his brother of a DUI. He's drinking tea in the station. Paul didn't want to interfere in this, but I can't hold up my mother's parenting sutra. Only change route. Go to Salt Lake City first and bail out brother Fuller. Arrive at the destination and complete all formalities. Paul successfully led his brother out of the police station. I learned that my brother was going to play with a female classmate. Fuller immediately perked up, while making fun of Paul, helplessly want to go together. When passing by a vehicle supply station, Fuller got lonely and bought a car radio. Plan: have fun chatting with boring drivers on the road. Passing the long crying journey. Just hit the road not long ago. Fuller started a weird operation. Don't let Paul pretend to be a sweet girl between his throats. Pick up the walkie-talkie and talk. All kinds of hooligan words are unpleasant to hear. I didn't expect there to be a lonely pimple. The two sides greeted cordially on the walkie-talkie. Paul was encouraged by his brother into the realm of selfless performance. Under the tenderness offensive, I have turned my mouth into a mouth for brother lonely. Until you enter the signal blocking area. The farce came to a halt, and Fuller was laughing, complaining that these tactics are immoral. I didn't take the joke just now to heart. That night, the brothers went to the motel to rest. Upon check-in, Fuller was greeted by a grumpy traveler. He didn't dare to put a fart. Then the car radio suddenly sounded. It was the lonely brother who spoke. The brothers are a little confused. Why would anyone take a joke seriously? Fuller's brain is running fast. He is worried that there is no place to vent his anger. Thought of a good way, so let Paul seduce the lonely brother. Meet me at the motel, room 17. The room for the officially grumpy traveler on the 17th. The brothers live next door. Midnight. Lonely brother really came. The brothers excitedly pasted on the wall and eavesdropped. The irascible traveler is awakened. I directly fought with brother lonely. After a few muffled sounds. No movement in the next room. Paul is worried about an accident. Call the police immediately. The next morning, the brothers were horrified to find out. The police are investigating room 17. Grumpy passenger seriously injured. The killer ripped off his entire jaw. Because it's the caller, the brothers were taken to the police station for questioning, forced by the sheriff, and they told us everything. The sheriff was killed by 7.5. It's like the Old West in America. Any joke can lead to a bloodbath. Sheriff, tell them to get out of here. The brothers dare not talk nonsense. Hurry up and leave overnight. As a result, that night, the voice of lonely brother sounded on the radio again. Paul is afraid. Confessed the truth to the other party. After a few seconds of silence, lonely brother asked the brothers to apologize to him. Heard this, Fuller is excited and apologizes. I think you should see a psychiatrist. Fuller scolded brother lonely. I don't know where the other party is anyway. No matter how good he is, you can still follow the signal and fly over for revenge. I didn't expect Fuller to be aligning, because brother lonely is right behind them at this time. The brothers ended in an instant. Crisis. Paul's inspiration. The huge steering wheel got off the high speed. The brothers thought they had dodged a bullet. When you come to the gas station, a refrigerated truck pulls in. Get out of the car with a handheld stick. The man with the bat went straight to the convenience store, and Fuller's out there gesticulating to Paul like crazy. Someone appeared behind him. Paul shuddered. Check out quickly. Which city wants to freeze? Trucks are in hot pursuit. Finally, they were blocked outside a row of fences. The brothers were terrified and shouted God bless. But I never thought of it. The bearded man who chased all the way came to deliver the car. The original was at the checkout. Paul left the card at the convenience store. The brothers had a false alarm. Just got out of the car to catch my breath. Who knows the next second? Paul hit the accelerator to the end, fleeing forward like crazy. I lost the hubcap and didn't dare to slow down. In a panic, hit a tree and stopped. I'm about to be sent off the assembly line by a big truck. Fuller is no longer equipped. Pick up the walkie-talkie and apologize to brother lonely. I didn't expect brother lonely to abide by the principle. After taunting Fuller, satisfied, he backed up and left. The next day, the brothers repaired their car and continued on the road. To avoid further trouble, Fuller dismantled the car radio and left it on the side of the road. After a dozen hours of driving, they finally arrived in Shinozaki and picked up May, the so-called 18th change of female college. May looks beautiful now, rich, eyes straight. May also has a roommate, a BMW girl. I was going to go with a few people, but after seeing Fuller's lewd eyes, obviously, it's safer to walk alone. Paul and the three of them played along the way. In the evening, they came to a small town to rest. Because of the alcohol, Paul entered the room and fell asleep. Fuller can't stand loneliness, delusions, and what happened to May. Then take 2 glasses of wine to talk to each other. Just then, Paul was awakened by a phone call, and Paul panicked. Run immediately. Call the other 2 from the next room and drive away. On the way, Paul explained the reason to May. But how did brother lonely find them? That's when Fuller spotted Downey from the side. All in one sentence is look at your trunk. Open the trunk. Paul and Fuller were stunned. Inside is a car radio that was thrown away. Apparently all this is the work of Lonely Brother. After a while, a familiar voice on the radio. Lonely Brother's purpose is very clear, threatening the brothers to hand over May. Otherwise, just wait for the BMW girl to collect the body. Listening to the cries for help coming from the radio, only then did 3 people realize the BMW girl was captured by the Lonely Brother. Paul was very angry, asked the other person what they want to do. Lonely Brother did not answer, just told 3 people to wait at the truck supply station, and warned them not to call the police. Fearing for the safety of the BMW girl, the 3 of them can only do it obediently. After arriving at the supply station, Lonely Brother said the next order on time, asked the brothers to strip naked, go to a restaurant naked, and buy 12 burgers, although very ashamed. But the 2 had no choice. Because of this, they almost got sent to the police station. Wait for the night to fall. Lonely Brother has issued a new order. About 3 people met in a cornfield. I thought I was here to make peace. I didn't expect to plan to kill them directly. Paul and the others dashed into the cornfield. Things have come to this point. Hunzi's intestines are blue with regret. At stake, they dodged a fatal blow in the gutter. Lonely Brother is like crazy, searching for 3 people with searchlights on. Because I was busy running for my life, Paul and the 3 accidentally ran away. When the brothers react, I just found out that Emmy has been captured, and their car was also burned by Lonely Brother. The other party only left one sentence. If you want to save people, go to the motel and find him. This distance. The town is several kilometers away. The brothers had no choice but to steal the car and rush to the town. Since Lonely Brother didn't tell the name of the hotel, the brothers can only find one family at a time. And in a hotel in the middle of town, Amai was tied to a chair by Lonely Brother. Tape on the mouth. He had a shotgun slanted in front of him. The standalone position is connected to the door lock. If anyone opens the door, May will be headshot. After a while, the brothers discovered the hotel, heard movement outside the door. May closed her eyes tightly, just when the brothers were wondering why no one was there. The room phone rang. It's Chaofeng Paul from Brother Lonely. Are they happy playing tricks on others? Hearing this, Paul realized something. Tell Fuller quietly. Go through the back door to the next room to save people. He keeps talking to delay Lonely Brother. Fuller was too nervous. Once again explained what it means to eat what is not enough. What can't you do? He was strangled by Brother Lonely. Seeing that Paul was about to open the door, in the nick of time, Fuller desperately broke free. Shouting a reminder saved May's life. Cao Jiaoshen also came to patrol the police. Paul ran to the back to find his brother, found him hanging outside the warehouse, waiting to die. At this point, Brother Lonely has turned the truck around, going to kill Fuller directly. On the other side, the police found the innkeeper murdered. Start kicking down the door and searching. At a critical juncture, Paul's card point appears. Save Emmy without a hitch. Paul didn't delay for a moment. He hurried to save his useless brother. At this time, Brother Lonely drove up the truck. Wait for the police to check. I found that the driver had cooled down. The BMW girl was strapped to the back seat and picked up one. Confirmed no other casualties. The kidnapping case is finally settled. But then the sheriff said, the identity of the deceased driver is in doubt. It looks like it was delivered to an ice company. Paul and the 3 were puzzled after listening. Is Brother Lonely not dead? The Deadly Joke was good for 2001. It's a thriller movie full of psychological warfare. In a unique way, explores the boundary between joke and reality. And it's very immersive. In nearly 100 minutes, there was hardly any breathing time for the audience. Constant speculation and reasoning, trying to uncover the truth. But in the end, the suspense continued. It's not a horror movie, but it's a much deeper experience than a horror movie, especially when faced with survival and moral choices. That torn pain can't help but make people reflect on the good and evil of human nature. So what this story tells us is that some jokes must not be played indiscriminately. So that's it for today's movie. See you next time.
Thank you for watching our movie review today. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more great content. We'd love to hear your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. See you in the next video.